you will need 2 balls of wool, a pair of knitting needles. Double-stranded knitting just means knitting with 2 strands of wool at once. You simply need to treat the 2 strands as if they were one. So you cast on in your normal way, and I'm using a long tail cast on, and I'll start by lining up the 2 strands of wool together and then making a slip knot, as if it were just one single strand of wool. So slip the knot onto your knitting needle and just cast on. I'm going to cast on 5 stitches. Once you've cast on, you can see that each stitch has 2 strands to it. But when you knit your next row, treat each pair as a single stitch. So I originally cast on 5 stitches, and each subsequent row will have 5 stitches on it. And you just do all your stitches as you would normally. So you can purl, you can knit, or you could knit 2 together, just treating each stitch as one strand of wool. You might be asked to knit double-stranded to make the wool more chunky. If I were using this wool normally, I'd use a 5mm knitting needle because the strand is only this thick. But doubled up, I'm using 10mm knitting needles. And once knitted, you can't tell that I used 2 strands at once. You can also double up wools to create interesting colour patterns, and here I've mixed in a fine mohair, which creates a nice texture and also makes it super fluffy. Because the mohair is so fine, you don't need to use larger needles, but again, just treat both strands as if they're one, and you get a lovely fluffy finish.